Instagram has made it evident that people absolutely love to take selfies, but what if there was a gadget that made selfie taking easier? There is one. It's known as a selfie stick, and some are questioning whether or not it's necessary or if it should exist at all. Now, here's some examples of people using the selfie stick in a questionable way, but it could be used for good purposes as well. Here's a pilot with a really cool artistic picture that he utilized a selfie stick for. So it could be used for artistic purposes, but some still feel a little judgmental about it. Jen, what do you think? Make your point.
I mean, it seems like a fun, harmless thing, but I will say I was at the World Trade Center Memorial, and there were multiple people using selfie sticks to take their photos with it, which in one case, it's like, look, they're having this experience, they want to document it, but the weirdest thing was watching people like prep and put on lipstick in front of the World Trade Center Memorial, like making sure that they were looking great, and then like taking all these various different selfies with the selfie stick. Something just felt so wrong and weird and like postmodern creepy about it that it made me uncomfortable, but I also was like, okay, this isn't, you know, it's not the end of civilization, but it was certainly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Dave?
Well, we did a story on my show this week about how selfies are actually proving to show that people have narcissistic personality disorder and all this other stuff. So the stick, I was just in New York last week, and in Times Square, I literally saw dozens of people, mostly tourists from other places, that tourists generally are from other places, by the way, and they were just walking through Times Square with this thing. So maybe they were videoing themselves or occasionally, and it was just like, can everyone get into the moment for a moment?
Right.
Can you actually have a moment anymore? They're in the crossroads of the world, and everyone's just obsessed about getting that picture. So these things, I get it. It's not, look, it's not the worst thing in the world, but like it's kind of nauseating actually.
Yeah.
When I see people now on the streets taking selfies, I was on La Cienega, which is a pretty big street here in LA, and there was a girl in the left turn lane, I kid you not, taking a left turn, taking a selfie. I mean, really, like, that's like, because, yeah.
That's not safe. Yeah, look, I think that selfies in moderation are totally fine. If you go to my Instagram, every once in a while I'll post a selfie, usually because I really like the way my makeup looked that day and I want to show it off. But I do believe that everyone should enjoy the moment, but sometimes when you travel, let's say you're traveling with one other friend, you do want to take pictures together, right? And it's hard to do it when, you know, just the two of you and you don't want to ask a stranger, you don't want to hand your expensive smartphone to a stranger or your expensive camera to a stranger, so you just use a selfie stick. I don't have one, I've never used it, but I totally see why people would want it. If every picture on your Instagram page is a selfie, you might want to reevaluate your priorities. But even then, like, who am I to judge, right? Do you, boo? You want to post those selfies, do you? Anyway, here's the question. What's one thing you wish people would stop doing? Jen?
I wish people would stop giving a shit what other people are doing. I swear. I love the way you just also made your point too, the do you, boo. That's just completely the motto for me. It's like, even when I see people using a selfie stick, whether I have a personal opinion or not about it or not, that opinion has to be fleeting. Because what the hell do I care if someone else is using a selfie stick? What do we really care? I like the fact that we can discuss it and say, what does that mean for society? That's important. But to actually then make a personal judgment and have feelings about it and be angry or happy or say, I support that or I don't support that, I just, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Selfie rights now.
Exactly, the outrage thing. It's like, all right, enough.
So you're outraged at people being outraged.
Exactly. You know, I just wish like everyone would just like chill out and kind of like do you, but like also like really do you, like worry about yourself.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Well, one thing that is outraging me at the moment is when you're in mid-conversation with someone and they look at their phone while you're speaking to them directly. This is happening non-stop now. It's driving me crazy, and I get it, and we talk about it all the time with Instagram and selfies and all that stuff. But literally, when you're in a conversation with someone and you're like this, like just right there with them, and then suddenly, it's not that there was even a break in the sentence, but then their immediate desire is to go to that thing. Or even, you know, it's not even when they're alone on a corner. Like in the old days, you might stand on a corner and have to think for a second. Now you automatically go to your phone. But the one in conversation to me is like,
it's the worst.
And we all do it. We all do it.
Yeah, and it just makes it seem as though the person that you're talking to does not give a flying fuck what you have to say. They're like, yeah, I'm super interested. What's going on with Twitter? Whatever it is. Yeah, I can't stand that. So mine is probably a pet peeve that a lot of people have had for a really long time. I hate when I respectfully use my turn signal because I want to change lanes, and the piece of shit in the next lane that's behind me sees it and then starts to speed up because they don't want me to go in front of them. Listen, every time you do that, I'm going to cut you off, and then I'm going to put both of our lives in danger. So just don't do it anymore. Okay, so share your stories. What's one thing that you wish people would stop doing? And also, what do you think of the selfie stick? Do you have one? Do you use it? Do you think it's stupid? We love hearing your stories, so comment in the section below and we'll see you later.